From turmoil to inner peace. A successful life is built from the inside to the outside. How many of you agree with that?
Yes.
Just two people? 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, not too bad. From Romania, living and pursuing her dreams in the UAE, she is activating as a trainer, life coach, motivational speaker, and soon to be published author. Please welcome the indomitable Roxandra Anna Maria.
Do you know what is worse than having someone constantly criticizing you for everything you do, for everything you eat, for everything you talk, for all the behaviors that you have, and for all the mistakes that you might make? What is worse than this is that if that person is it you. The lady standing here before you was the most criticizing person on earth for herself. I used to look in the mirror and see nothing good, only faults. I used to be so harsh on myself. I used to think that everything I do was never good enough. I used to be so afraid of failure and taking risk. I would never go after my dreams because I didn't believe I could achieve them. I had no love or acceptance for myself. I have no confidence and very low self-esteem. I was living a life in a turmoil. I wanted so much more, but I could do so little. As Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. This is what I was doing with myself. I was beating myself up over and over with criticism and non-acceptance. So I decided to try something different. I decided to try to love and accept myself for who I was, for all the faults that I might have had, for all the weaknesses that I saw I have, for as incomplete as I might have felt, for as unattractive and sometimes I thought I was. And the following happened. When I learned to love and accept myself, I knew peace. When I learned to love and accept myself, I knew freedom. When I learned to love and accept myself, I started believing in myself and my own capabilities. When I started to love and accept myself, I pursue my dreams. When I started to love and accept myself, I became confident and secure. When I started to love and accept myself, I didn't think anymore what other people think about me. I didn't care. When I learned to love and accept myself, I started public speaking. When I learned to love and accept myself, I wrote a book. You are all here, current SMEs or aspiring SMEs. And as most of the people think that the success of an SME lies on the idea or on the connections or on the sponsor or on the family. The truth is, like a construction of the building, the success starts with the foundation. And that foundation is nobody but yourself. When you love and accept yourself, you will have a strong foundation. When you love and accept yourself, the building would last and it will give you joy. So my message to you is, love and accept yourself so you can enrich your future. Everything starts with you. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker says life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Is that true? Yes. Right? Okay. So, from the university in Munich to the fashion runways of Europe to community service in Argentina and an internship in Ras Al Khaimah. Oh, all over the place. This young lady has linked each of her experiences to create a business where you can enjoy eating and sometimes overeating and still look like a model. Please welcome Elena Weber.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. I would like to start my speech with a German joke. A young woman, 23 years old, wants to establish her own business, but had only worked as a model. And she has a simple but great idea. Now I look around, no one is laughing, surprisingly. Because when I told this story to my people in Germany, everyone was laughing. But why were they laughing? Maybe because this young woman was first of all young, she was a woman, she had no experience, she was a model, and do they even have something in their brain? I don't know. But so, yeah, to be true, if we look at these facts, they were right when they were laughing. And this woman was me, and they were laughing. But they forgot one important thing. If you have a dream, and if you are persistent, you can reach everything. Everything is possible. Sometimes ideas can be quite simple. I always had two loves in my life. One was the love for my job as a model, and my second love was the love for sweets. Maybe many of the women can understand me. And on one of my trips to Argentina, I found something wonderful. It's stevia. I don't know if you heard about it. It's a, yeah, woohoo! It's a 0-calorie sweetener, naturally, and was, for me, the solution to all my problems. Guilt-free sweets, and maybe also the solution for millions of other women, and maybe also some of the men out there. So, ideas can be quite simple. In this moment, the idea was born. And the next big challenge was to find capital, to raise capital, because how should I establish something without any required funds? So I always believe that life is about the people you meet and what you create with them. I always try to surround myself with positive people. Don't share your dreams with everyone, because people will just try to talk them out of you because they were never brave enough to follow their dreams. So I did a lot of positive networking, and one brings you to another person, and sometimes it's also a smile just which motivates you to keep going. And through that I also found a possible investor. But now I had to convince him somehow. And I did it in a very organized way. I came with my business plan, I came with my strategy paper, I came with the finance plan. I even smuggled some cupcakes, sugar-free, over the airplane. And it took me approximately 7 years of positive networking and 8 months of convincing and being maybe a pain in the ass sometimes until I got the investor convinced. And today we are here. We have a wonderful team, and thanks to God, we have our first outlet in Souk Al Baha in Dubai Mall. We are world's first sugar-free franchise, coffee franchise. We are even signed several franchise agreements, and we are about to establish Icons, which is the name of the company, even all over GCC. So everything is possible. Let me just summarize or a flashback on my experience. Ideas can be quite simple. Surround yourself with positive people who lift you up. Life is about the people we meet and what we create with them. And most important, give it all the time it needs. Sometimes, not sometimes, it's worth it. And never give up, because everything is possible. Thank you.
We now have a speaker who is a bit different from what you've been listening to, because she doesn't really qualify as an entrepreneur, but she has a lot of entrepreneurial skills. She's actually credited with the unique leadership, management, and entrepreneurial traits, and is head of integrated marketing communications for the government of Sharjah. She is expediently projecting corporate branding and communications, all in the free zone, facilitating access. So here it is for all you entrepreneurs. If you want to be in the free zone, you know whom to speak to. So her concept for achieving inclusive growth through information communication technologies has become the talking point at various platforms. So I shall now leave her to do the talking. Please welcome Naveed Khan.
It seems women are still less likely to take the lead for their own advocacy. Empowering women entrepreneurs is my topic, and it simply means women's economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. Or I must say, empowering women through simply means fostering entrepreneurship for a sustainable economic development. Economies has learned the fact that sustainable development requires the participation of both men and women. Why the world needs women entrepreneur is a one key question. And the factual answer to this question is the world needs women entrepreneurs more than ever before. UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development Organization, recent report says, talking about the inclusive and sustainable industrial development, is a key challenge to harness the economic potential of the women, a half of the world population we are talking about. It is estimated that by 2020, there are 870 million women first time will enter in the economic mainstream as a buyer, as a producer, as entrepreneurs as well. So it's a big figures. There are 126 million women are at the establishment of the new business, and there are 98 million women are at the helm of the established business. So I would say that investing in the business women means boosting the economy for everyone. By the way, it's not a passing fashion. Narrowing the gender gap will boost the per capita income, global per capita income by 20% by the end of 2030, and will boost the GDP of Eurozone by 13%. But the key question and the real question is, who will empower the women entrepreneurs? Coca-Cola's initiative for the, yes, ourselves, definitely. Coca-Cola's recent initiative by 5 by 20, launched in 2010, is aimed to enable economic empowerment of 5 million women by offering them to enter in their value chain by 2020. But we are talking about the half of the world population. What about the rest of the millions? Who will do for themselves, or how it will be done? There are only 90 million economically excluded women only in the Middle East. But history shows, whatever the circumstances are, women have been able to beat the odds. And this is very true. The entrepreneurial rates in Africa, women entrepreneurial rates in Africa is higher than in any other region. And women at the helm of Fortune 500 companies is no more surprise for us. There are 18 women operating as a CEO of 500 Fortune companies. And today we are living in a digital age. Information communication technology, key to my heart, and I love this technology. It's a wonderful technology, has proved as a growth tool for economies and for the entrepreneurs. World have never seen a rapid witness in the revenue, such as by the social media channels. For example, Facebook, you will be amazed to know the figures. $5 billion is estimated as their recent revenue, with over 1 million revenue per employee is generated, operating with less than 5,000 employees, and has been able to buy $19 billion for the WhatsApp application, and enabling 1.23 billion users as a communication mode, as a connecting word, not only a company set by the female entrepreneurs of the Facebook on its 10th anniversary, January 2014, when the founder is only 29 years old. These are the very amazing statistics. ICT is a tool for globalization. To me, it is a social equalizer. No separate laws, no separate tools and technology for men and women, providing a level playing field, and providing women entrepreneurs and empowering and great access to the business, which was never possible before, independently, cost effectively providing the market, open market access to everyone. So Intel is the market leader, offering women entrepreneurs, offering women empowerment through ICT, offering two great tools, e-commerce and e-learning. E-learning leads to self-learning and ultimately to the self-empowerment. So what else we are waiting for? Dear entrepreneurs, it's a time to prove ourselves. Opportunities are endless and at our doorsteps. It's only a time to take the lead. And I would say that you must be agree with me, it's a time to tie up with the existing business supporting channels, not to differentiate and confine ourselves with a women-only organization. However, the women-only organizations are a great supportive and interactive forums. Are we ready to take up the challenge? Our skills, our knowledge, our commitment, our devotions are unchallengeable. If yes, then it's a time to prove ourselves. I'm leaving the forum with two action-oriented ideas. One is the Women Support Forum to support the startups and business entrepreneurs with the market access, with the networking, with the technical business skills. And second is a big idea, Gulf Women Chamber of Commerce. When everything seems going to be against you, remember the fact that aeroplane takes the lead. It takes off against the wind, not with the wind. Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company. Unlock your potential and embrace the joy of self-empowerment by walking against the wind. For you, for everyone, for a better and sustainable tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is a bit hard to describe. Because every time we meet, she has something more to contribute, say, receive. So when I was working on this little introduction, I kept thinking, what am I supposed to say? So I wrote something, and sure enough, when she read it, she said, no, you can't say that about me. Well, you want to write it now? Which she did actually. She made me change it. So, because she's a change catalyst. Yeah. And she's a paradigm buster. Yeah, out there, busting it away. Okay? She looks at opportunities and she says, is that an opportunity or an obstacle? Who cares? I'll just make it an opportunity. That's the way she goes. She mentors owners of businesses, CEOs of large companies, those really serious types who never smile. And she also mentors Emirati university graduates, showing them the way forward. And she generally throws this question to them. What else is possible? How can it get any better? And today, she's going to ask you those two questions. So I can't say where this is going, but I'm going to invite her. Jennifer.
How many of you have heard of this? Change is constant. All you guys? Yes. You sure? Yes. Even you? Okay. What about this? But changing is a choice. Has that been working for you? Has it? We're going to change. Gee, forget that. I've heard that before, you know. What the hell are we going to change for? Just let us be the way we are. Are we scared? allow me to share my story and my journey. I call it the journey because it's quite cool. I was this young mother, or going to be mother, and I gave birth to this amazing kid. Long hair, really cute looking. To be told that she had Down syndrome and 5 defects in her heart. And oh my God. Well, I was also told that she had to have surgery. So I flew down from Kuwait straight to India, had the surgery done. Not one, by the way, 3. And now we have to rush back to Kuwait because now if I don't get back to Kuwait, then the damn visa's going to get cancelled. So rush back to Kuwait. Get to Kuwait after all the surgeries and everything is over, and then settle into this brand new home. All sorted, amazing furniture, amazing everything. And guess what happens in 15 days? Mr. Saddam Hussein comes in. So talk about change. Poof! Everything just goes. Whoopie-de-doo. And then you go, what the hell happened there, man? Sit down. I started looking at all these patterns happening all the time with me, and I said, something's got to give here. Can't take this crap no more. Excuse my French, but I'm very spontaneous. I actually talk to people who are corporate, you know, the CEOs and all, and who are really like, and I go, listen, babe, chill. Lighten up already. You have a damn heart attack otherwise. All right? So anyway, we go. I come to Dubai, amazing opportunity, start of a business, 1999. Focus Direct Management Consultants was merged. Executive search, bringing in the money, having a field day, getting on autopilot, and enjoying life. Yalla, show me the money, baby. In 2006, something weird happened. I started seeing that my whole life was getting to be a pain. How did that happen? Simply because I was looking at everything occurring, and my daughter, yes, the one with the heart problem, actually got a job. She finished vocational training center, she got a job. And I thought to myself, right, Sasha doesn't need me anymore, my whole life is gone. And then my partner in the business, who had an advertising business, he decided to go and shift somewhere else. Now I'm sitting over there saying, what the hell is going on here? Time to change, okay? And I stepped into doing all kinds of weird things. I actually got to hear constantly, it kept on coming, that one of the things that kept on repeating, I wondered where the hell the sound was coming from. I discovered it was my internal compass. So I actually went inward, and everything that used to be occurring, I used to actually say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I would just step into it, not wanting to know how the hell it is going to happen, what's going to happen. Strangely enough, just a couple of months back, I was told I can't do recruitment anymore because it's not supposed to be done. I said, hell yes, it's okay. But before that, in 2009, I got this thing about enjoying talking to people, enjoying touching, moving, and inspiring people, empowering people to see that they can be much more than what they think they are. You see, in my opinion, thinking is stinking. What do you keep doing? You keep going on with the same thing over and over, with a bit of a variation here and there. But the same crap is happening all the time. So the way that I say change is constant, but changing is a choice, I will actually leave you with 2 questions. When anything is actually going hunky-dory for you in your business, can you please ask the question every morning as you get up, how does it get any better than this? Whether it's a crap day or you're making money, honey, ask the frigging question. Whether you're doing amazingly well or things are really not going well in your life, please ask. What else is possible here that I haven't even considered yet? That if I should consider, my whole universe will change. With that, Most of you SME guys here, can you put your hands up? Come on, guys. You're an SME? Baby, whoa. Aspiring SMEs? Anybody aspiring to be one? Oh, yeah, Lily. SME stands for small, medium-sized enterprises, right? Yeah. Form, structure, right? But when you guys get up in the morning being the SME, can you go this way? I see more expansion.
We have our last speaker today. And so before she comes on, I want to ask you all a question. Do you know someone who's fully in love with herself? Yeah! Oh my God! This is great. So for those people who don't know somebody who is fully in love with themselves and is not fully in love with themselves, how about someone who helps you from all walks of life to fall in love with yourself? Yay! And find your wings. So I've requested housekeeping now to close the windows. Don't fly out, not allowed.
You become a butterfly.
Yes, but you can be wonderful butterflies. So here to share how she uses her incredible set of skills to help spread your wings, the effervescent Akshata Bar.
A 5-year-old, something like 5 years old, a little girl, drawing butterflies. A tiny body, an even tinier head, and those big wings. Well, just about this big. The wings are empty. That was her version of a butterfly. Zoom past, 30 years later. That little girl, I, sit down to draw again. A butterfly again. I don't know why I love butterflies. I began drawing one afternoon because I had an urge to draw. Why? I don't know. I had an urge to draw while my husband was happily napping. When I began drawing, the wings were starting to form, but I saw there were so many lines on those wings. So many. As I began drawing those lines, I didn't know if this would actually look like the wings of a butterfly. So now, from there to here, what had changed? What was it that happened? Why that big difference? I'll tell you why. Because someone had made a grand entry. And that someone, put your hands together, to who I call life. When life happened, so many lines came up. And as these lines came up, they were so chaotic that the butterfly didn't make any sense to me at that point. I drew a few lines and a few more. And then I remembered how it was so chaotic as a kid, as a little girl. Hated at school, humiliated, harassed, like nobody's business. I hated school, waited to finish, and yes, managed to finish. This was the life that I had, and this is who I have become. It took me 30 years to fall in love with myself. Half a lifetime, almost. I don't want people out there to take that long to fall in love with themselves. Life isn't that very long. There was a time when I was so frustrated of what I was doing. I was a school counselor. I don't know what that even means anymore. While I was doing that, 3 years into that, and I was so totally lost, so frustrated, had nightmares every night. Proof, my husband knows that. He put me to sleep every night when I had nightmares. I quit my job to find myself. Didn't know what I'd do. That's when I decided to let life show me the pattern in all the chaos. That's when I decided to zoom out, step back, watch life take shape. And boom, it did. Beautifully. Like never before. Only to know that life had always been beautiful. I was the one who didn't find that beauty. I was the one who didn't find the love. When I did, I didn't hate those teachers anymore. I didn't hate those classmates anymore. Who cares? I loved myself. Neuro-linguistic programming happened. Past life regression walked into my life, or rather waltzed into my life. With that, these are the things that I have in my kitty to help people fall in love with themselves. There's nothing like falling in love with yourself, being in love with yourself. I think when I'm in love with myself, I'm in love with the whole world. A friend of mine says, "You're just too crazy. You can just, I won't be surprised if you can just walk down the road and say, hey, I'm in love with the whole world. Can I give you a hug?" That's who I am. Yeah. While I was thinking of these thoughts, I realized that this is not a 5-minute speech. This is a TED Talk that can go on for 30 minutes.
Yes.
And I want TED to listen to me.
Good girl.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah. So people love those beautiful chaotic lines of a butterfly and soar with those beautiful colorful wings. Sensational Sandy, your timer.
The butterfly lives for only 15 days, but it flies joyfully.
Perfect. I am flying.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been the most fabulous audience that I've ever seen, and I truly believe that. I'm going to call all our speakers up, please.
Thank you so much.
An amazing woman who stands and introduces everyone and knows, of course, who the hell she is.
Please do leave your cards so that we can get in touch with you and send you an email if there are any other events where people like yourselves would like to stand up and share something, contribute something. And all this has been possible because of a wonderful gentleman named Mr. Iyad Murtada.
Yes.
And he has a great company. He has a great company. It's called Open Thinking. Isn't that wonderful? And it's his open thinking that has got all of us here today. So a big round of applause for Iyad.